What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Free, aka That Guy, and today we're going to discuss the topic of needing a man. As always, I'm only speaking to ladies who actually want to be in long-term relationships. If this isn't you, I guarantee you don't need my help, and this information is probably going to upset you, if not worse. So let's get into it. Let's discuss the narrative of needing a man. Well, let's start off with what you ladies are being taught. You're being taught that you don't need a man. Well, what has that reality taught you? The obvious thing I can see is that it has taught you to be incredibly independent. The other obvious thing is that it has taught you that if you don't need a man, if having a man is optional, then everything else in a man or dealing with a man is optional too. Meaning it's optional to respect him. It's optional to follow his lead. It's optional to treat him as if he matters just as much as you do. To be honest, if you're in a relationship with someone and you don't feel like you need them, how well are you actually going to treat that person? I mean, especially when times get hard. I guess the better question would be, if you don't need a man, why are you concerned with the quality of men at all? Why are you concerned with men being good or bad? If you don't need one, why is it necessary to judge, insult, and shame the men that you deal with? I mean, logically speaking, if I didn't need something, I wouldn't care about its quality. I don't need it. However, the things that I do need, I have a different thought process for those things. Their quality does matter to me. Also, if it's something that I don't need, it's easily replaceable. Now, I hope that it's obvious why I emphasize that I'm only speaking to those women who actually want to be in long-lasting relationships. It is imperative that you know that if your goal is to be somewhere indefinitely, but your reality has shown you that the instructions you're following are only going to have someone in your life temporarily, logically speaking, you're all but guaranteed to fail on your goal. At the very least, you're going to make it more difficult than it needs to be. Another question that I would have is, why are so many women who say they don't need a man also the same women who are trying to find a good man? Those two things don't correlate. So ultimately, the level of frustration that you're setting yourself up for is extremely high and damn near a guarantee. Unfortunately, this narrative isn't showing a return on investment. And ladies, I don't blame you at all. I blame the narrative. I blame the advice. Men, or at least a large number of men, have no problem admitting that they need a woman. We need a woman. And so we do all we can to remind you of how important you are to us. Obviously, I'm referring to the good men. I'm referring to the man that you actually want. But why would a relationship between two people be amazing if one is treating their partners as if they're needed and the other is treating their partner as if they're replaceable? Logically speaking, someone is not going to have a happy time with that setup long term. More than likely, their frustration is going to infect their partner, and the potential of longevity of the relationship is slowly being suffocated from that point on. Reciprocation is key. Ladies, you're not less than if you openly treat the man you want in a way that shows the world that you need him, just like a man isn't less than when he treats his woman that way. If the man you want is doing everything he needs to, including treating you as if he needs you, doesn't he deserve to be treated as if he's needed? Hasn't he earned that? The idea that you don't need a man is also why chivalry is dead. Too many women have gone out of their way to show that they can acquire skills to replace a man. Too many women want to be viewed as equal to a man. Well, if you remove the significance of a man from your life, how successful do you think you're going to be in having a good man fill his position in your world? Two yins and no yang, they going to create some trying times. Now, I want to emphasize that I'm not saying that men and women are right or wrong. I'm just pointing out the logical fallacies in the process of finding a significant other. If you change your thoughts about how you view your significant other, you'll also change your thoughts about how you view your relationship. If you don't view your man as replaceable and you view him as a necessity, you will likely view your relationship as a necessity and not replaceable. And your actions would reinforce that mindset. If your goal is to find your forever person in a forever situation, it's utterly ridiculous to start the process by looking at the person as not needed or temporary and replaceable. As a byproduct, that's also how you would view the relationship, temporary and replaceable. I have yet to see a large number of women who continue to say they don't need a man who also happen to be in long-term relationships. At most, they're in a relationship with someone whom they just tolerate. And I think we can all agree being in a tolerating relationship, that isn't the goal. I'll end with this. A good man, the man you want, is going to do all he can to put the needs of his woman and his family first. In return, his woman should do all she can to put him first. And I know to many women, this sounds incredibly wrong, and I don't blame you. I haven't heard it either. But logically speaking, that's what reciprocation looks like. I, the man, put my woman first and am happy to do it because you, my woman, put me first. Yin and yang in perfect harmony. Until next time, you can do things your way, but what has your reality taught you?